Yeah, hopefully this should be the last portion. I mean, that's just unfortunate. It might be the reality of my baking streams now. It's just going to be like 15, 20-minute segments because it just cuts off that frequently, which sucks. All right, so yeah, I think like you guys really didn't miss anything. It was just I mixed the ingredients, which I have the audio off for anyways, and I'm on to the next step. So yeah, luckily, like I said, nothing was really missed. All right, then I got to pull up the recipe again. So that's done. All right, so then I just got to prep each loaf accordingly. So I kind of have to cut this in half at a certain direction. No, there's absolutely no difference between what I do during the gaming streams and during the baking streams. Like absolutely nothing, which is why I'm just as perplexed as you guys. Like, because this is the second time this actually happened at the old apartment too. So I don't know. Maybe the difference is that the game hookup's set up on there. That's the only thing I could think of. It's just like I said. That's the only explanation I can give because I'm just as stumped and puzzled as you guys. All right, so that's not going to be sharp enough. Here we go. Yeah, just the video just stops working even though it's fully plugged in. I'll never know why it just randomly decides to pause even though the stream's still going. Yeah, and I guess that could just be why is I'm doing it earlier. I know it's one of those situations where I can't win because if I do it now, this happens. If I do it late, um, I get noise complaints. So I guess I'd rather go with no noise complaints because then I can keep doing this. As crappy as a decision is that I have to make on that one. Yeah, that happened at the old place. I prefer to not have that going with the new place. Which, I mean, I get it, though. I normally stream at like 1 in the morning. That's during quiet hours, whereas, like, now it's super early, so, like, there's no legitimate reason someone should complain about the noise. Otherwise, that's just beyond stupid. Alright, so I did that. Okay, so basically I made garlic butter, which I'm going to go ahead and spread on the bread. And then the cheese will get put on afterwards. So basically I had to, for a certain recipe, I had to crush candies, and the thing is, it wasn't necessarily specifically a noise complaint, it was a vibration on their ceiling complaint. So it was more of a vibration complaint, if nothing else. Yeah, a little bit. So I just kind of realized, well, and of course, like, the person wasn't exactly nice about it either, just like typical Karen Ken behavior. I mean, I get it, but still, it was a little uncalled for. Because it wasn't like it was even that late, because the noise complaints don't even, the quiet hours didn't even start until, like, after I was done with that. Yeah, pretty much. Which is kind of weird, because, of course, we don't get earthquakes. Alright, so that's done for that portion, and then I'll go ahead and prep the other half. Of course, the perplexing part is up until that point, I'd never had a noise complaint about, like, in the 3 years that I lived there. But just, I think that whoever was staying in there must have just recently moved in, which is why it was suddenly a problem. Yeah, and then of course when I was moving out, she had to get one more jab in, just to rub salt in the wound and be like, "You guys are so noisy." I'm like, "Oh, excuse me, I have to move. That's gonna require noise. Also, it's not quiet hours right now, so I don't know what else to tell you, lady." Yeah, exactly. Just like they just feel like they just have an excuse to bring it up every single time. You're just like, "Oh my gosh." Well, and of course, my parents were around during the move and everything, so like they got a chance to see it firsthand too, and they were just like, "Yeah, we see what you mean now." I'm like, "Yeah, no crap." It's like I am usually a good-willed person towards others, so like when a person has bad, like, or just kind of acts like that, let's just say they're really acting like that. I just don't want to start anything with the new place, so that's why I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather just stream during the daytime when this will definitely not be a problem. At least for the cooking and baking streams. Gaming, it's not an issue. Well, also part of it is that my kitchen's closer to the entrance, whereas the gaming setup is the farthest away possible section from the entrance. So there's also a bit of a noise buffer there as well. So there's just a lot of different factors that play into that. Alright, so I got the butter layer on there, so now that that's done, I'll go ahead and grab the pan lined with parchment paper for baking this thing, and they're not going to go in right away because they cook at 375 Fahrenheit instead of 475, so I have to wait for the oven to cool down before I even do this. Oh, right, well, yeah, I was going to get this on before I put the cheese on there. That's why we're doing this. Normally, you're supposed to do this with one 16-ounce loaf, but the grocery store at the time only sold 8-ounce loaves, so that's why there's two of them. Oh yeah, this is delightful. Like everything's been great. Just the upgrades and amenities. Hold that thought though. I'm gonna check the oven to make sure the pizza's not burning. Yeah, it's still good. Yeah, because I saw the timer. It said 3 minutes left. I'm like, yeah, I was gonna say these are 8-inch loaves of bread. But yeah, like I said, just loving the upgrades and amenities, the fact that everything works. Because the original building I stayed in, like it was a bit not like super old, but this place is brand spanking new and actual brand spanking new. Whereas that one had been open for a decent amount of years, so like naturally there were problems with it. I didn't really have a choice on the matter at the time because I barely got into it. It was kind of just like, all right, this is my job starting. Oops, this thing just happened to open up. So for a week, I had to stay out of a hotel until I could move in. Like, whereas this, it's like, oh yeah, just kind of pick of the litter, whatever you want out of this building, because residents get first dibs before they open it to the general public. So yeah, like I said, everything's new. The amenities are upgrades. There's certain things I didn't have access to, like a garbage disposal. Yeah, not enough garlic. Um, so yeah, I should probably just. It's kind of just one of those things between the no backseating and the no promoting, where like, it takes that one person to be annoying as crap, and then it just ruins it for everyone. I'm just like, yeah, we're not. Like they just did it excessively, where I was just like, nope, we're nope, not anymore with that. Then there were some people who were trying to be scammy artists, so there was also that's why hence the no promoting tag, because I was just like, yeah, okay, it was getting excessive. Oh no, you're yeah, I was gonna say you're just on time for that. I'm still prepping it. I haven't put the cheese on there yet. Um, I was just kind of talking to people about kind of my why there was like an upgrade in my new place and everything, or just like kind of the nice differences. Oh yeah, the cats enjoy it because they get their own space now. It's awesome. All right, let me check the pizzas. Pizza. Hmm, I might give it 2 more minutes. The difference is there's only one baking right now as opposed to two, so. Yeah, I was gonna say, I figured it'd be a fun thing to do because I know the pizzas were just gonna be like, kind of just put ingredients on them because normally the dough, like, you have to let it rise for an hour and a half before you can even use it. So I figured, like, well, preferably I'd like to do that beforehand, and then the sauce I had to cook for an hour. So there was just, and then that, and also just vegetable cutting. Just, it was like hours worth of work that I was like, yeah, I'd rather just have that all done so I could just actually assemble the pizza on stream and then have time for the garlic bread. So the thing is, my cats are ridiculously curious, so I'm just worried, well, especially in this scenario, I'm incredibly worried that they burn themselves getting on the oven, so I'm just like, nope, they're staying in the safety of their room while I do this. No, I didn't change it at all. I think it's been that way. Maybe it might have altered it. I forget. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I'll have to hit that up next time. All right, so let's see what the next step is before I get too sidetracked. All right, so yep, I did that. Okay, so then now time to top with cheese. So collectively, this is going to be 2 cups of mozzarella and 1 cup of shredded cheddar. Yeah, that too. It's also just like it. Well, here's the thing: like the split second I open the door, my cat is always just like, "Hey, yippee!" Especially when I get home from work. Time for cheese! So much cheese! Once I'm done with the cheddar, I'll go check on the pizza before I continue with the mozzarella pizza, mozzarella cheese. Yeah, it's always adorable whenever it happens. You're just like, I mean, it's like, I'll play with you for an hour. I'm sorry I had to go, but this is how I pay for your stuff. In addition to everything else. Alright, I might add more in a bit. I just know I gotta get mozzarella in there as well. Alright. Because I know the crust looks like it's done. Yeah, I'll probably just take it out now. Gotta make sure I give space for this thing. Right, there we go. Alright, so that just has to cool off, and then once that's ready to go, I can put in the garlic bread. Sorry, I completely misread that. I know it's I know what's going on with Joe's dog, but she can't do much. I gotta read the first sentence before I read the second sentence. I'm sorry, Joe. Yeah, here's hoping your dog recovers. Okay, Colton. Yeah, I know it's like I'm trying to concentrate a couple. Of course, now that nothing's in the oven, I don't have to worry about a pizza burn. Oh crap! Speaking of pizza, Yeah, not the heck off. Now we're good. Yeah, making sure my pizzas don't burn, making sure other things don't burn, making sure I get everything prepped. Of course, now things are calmer since I'm just working on the garlic bread and nothing else. Yeah, I figure, I mean, yeah, I can't imagine it's going to be a easy or simple process. Also, thanks for the follow. Shit, my damn pants. I did not do that, they did. Or they're just going off of that. But thank you for the follow, appreciate it. And your username is hilarious. So the first type is just kind of standard, well, I guess you can do any kind of cheddar, but I just do mild cheddar, because otherwise it gets to be a bit more potent of a flavor for me anyways, and then this is just standard mozzarella cheese. You're supposed to do it essentially in a 1-to-2 ratio of cheddar to mozzarella. Alright, so I got that, so let me go and wash my hand off. Coated with cheese. Alright. Alright, so that should be all prepped for the oven, so I'll go ahead and put that out to the side. Somewhere so I don't burn everything. And then, let's see. So once that's done, that'll bake in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. And top it with more parsley, and that's all she wrote. So I go ahead and prep that. Probably won't be ready for the oven for a bit because it's got to cool off. It's usually a jingle that'll let me know when it's at the appropriate temperature. Oh, that'd actually be pretty good. Retrospect, next time I make garlic bread, I'll definitely try that with chicken. Alright, so that's all I had prepped for today, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap the stream up. Usually these cooking baking streams will end up being about an hour anyways, and whereas the gaming streams, there's like usually a lot more going on, and I tend to go for my normal 5-hour block, so yeah, the plan for the week is that I'm going to be playing the Wave 4 Xeno 3 DLC. Ideally tonight. It's currently not available, even though it's Tuesday, able to see when it actually drops. Hopefully by the time I get back from work later. So that'll be twice this week, and then we'll be continuing Fire Emblem Engage. Just once, just because I'm trying to get both these games done before Tears of the Kingdom. And then we'll finish up the hard mode playthrough of Pikmin 3 Deluxe and start the Ultra Spicy mode. That'll be interesting, so yeah, that's about it. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Yeah, again, apologize for the technical difficulties, but I was able to get through it in 3 sessions, so there we go. And hope you guys have a good day. Bye.